What an impact the former West Ham manager, David Moyes, has made at Goodison Park. 3 straight wins, the first team outside the top 8 to do that this season. There you go, against Spurs, away at Brighton, and then what a walloping it was for Leicester City, who found themselves a goal down after just 10 seconds. What's changed, Jamie?
Well, when we were on this show a few weeks ago, we spoke about Sean Dyche and Everton on the back of them playing away at Bournemouth. And we said the one guy who I felt could come in and maybe make a difference was David Moyes, because he can energise the club because the supporters connect with him, because he feels like an Evertonian. He is. He absolutely loves the club. But I think it's fair to say David Moyes and Sean Dyche are cut from the same sort of cloth in terms of how they see the game. But not completely identical, so there's some nuance, a little bit of, slight change, difference, if you like. And you can highlight that a little bit in terms of what happened at the weekend against Leicester. Now, there's still elements of what Sean Dyche was doing for Everton, namely straight from the kickoff. Now, they score a goal after 10 seconds, but we used to talk about Jordan Pickford's role for Sean Dyche a lot, and we'd call it Dyche ball. Go back to Jordan Pickford, sometimes in free play, sometimes from set pieces around this area. So, again, he's not going to be too ashamed in terms of going direct. He's got a keeper who can go along, and when you've got Corey there who wins it, brilliant, shocking from Leicester. But when you talk about things that are slightly different, now, remember there was a clip when Tarkowski had the ball away at Bournemouth, and he just played an aimless long ball into a front man here. So he sees Beto here, but this time it's not a long ball just coming into his chest or his head. It's actually a nice ball down the side. So again, they're looking forward, they're being direct, but with more quality. So is that the little bit of difference, that little bit of nuance that is different with David Moyes? And Beto will come in on the back of Calvert-Lewin. That'll do him the world of good confidence-wise. But again, something different. Now, in that Bournemouth game, I said about Everton, don't really get players in the pockets or play the way certain other teams do throughout the league. I almost said Everton were a bit of an outlier in some ways. But you actually look where the back four is now here. But the left back is down here, Mikalenko. So they've actually got a front five. And that's something that we see a lot of teams do in the Premier League. They get players in these pockets. So his position, the left back, means Ndiaye can get into a pocket here with Corey, centre forward and right winger on that far side. Also, Jared Branthwaite is playing a lot wider in terms of trying to get on the ball. So again, little differences. How often do we talk about boxes in midfield? Here, we've got that now with the 2 sitting midfield players, now the 2 number 10s. And don't forget, not just this game, Ndiaye's goal against Tottenham was where he got the ball in these positions as well. So again, these are the slight differences. There's a little bit more football being played. But when you talk about direct football, nothing's better than that. That pass from James Garner, they're the best passes in football. And we've got one of the best passes in football here, Gianfranco, the pass forward to the striker.
No, the pass has been magnificent, I have to say. Also the move, the timing, everything was in place. Probably the Leicester defenders were a little bit naive there, because there was a movement of the first defender to go in front to block the pass, and the second one should have covered the space behind, as you know better than me. But it doesn't take anything away from the quality of the pass and the quality of the move.
It doesn't take anything away from the fact that this manager has come in and won 3 off the bounce. OK, didn't win the first game, but to then win 3 on the bounce. Yeah. I mean, what does that take?
Well, I think it's a very, very clever appointment, because what I was saying, James, before, very similar to the previous manager. So the players that they are there, they are very suitable for both managers, and this is already a good move. Because sometimes, the necessity takes you to appoint a manager that is not suitable for the type of players that you got. But in this case, it's perfect. And also, he's got a lot of experience. David is good at his experience. He knows the place very well, so he's perfect.
Absolutely, and he's got them in great form. Who do they play next?
Oh, don't start that. Big game.
Nervy times on Merseyside next week, that is for sure. So, David Moyes.